Welcome to Creekside High School in St. John's, Florida, where we are getting set for action between First Coast and Creekside, a battle of two very good teams in the area tonight. Creekside going up against their first Super 6 team in News 4 Jacks this season, the Buccaneers, off to a 4-0 start, their first since their 21-5 2021 season. They are off to a hot start. They've got the best player in the area in Hunter Carnes. Creekside off to a 3-2 start. They have had their ups and downs. They've been close, had a chance to win in each of their two losses. Can they get back to their winning ways after losing to Bartram Trail their last time out? 1-1 at home this season. This would be a statement win for the Knights against First Coast in this game. Creekside comes in averaging 6.8 runs per game, and they are going up against Braden McNamee, who only allowed one base runner in his only appearance and start of the season. We're going to send you down to the field now for the starting lineups and the national anthem here on Schlick Sports.
The Florida High School Athletic Association reminds us that interscholastic events are an extension of the classroom and that lessons are best learned when proper respect is accorded to all. Please let your good sportsmanship show as you watch this evening's baseball game. Tonight we welcome the Buccaneers of First Coast High School as they take on your Creekside Knights. Introducing the non-starters for First Coast. Number 0, Ryan Barnes. Number 4, Cameron Walker. Number 6, Robert Chapman. Number 8, Scotty Denmark. 10, Kalen Daniels. Number 9, Carnes. Number 44, Zachary Sandell. Number 15, Griffin Morgan Arnett. Number 88, Shane Clayton. And now, the starting lineup for the Bucs. Leading off, behind the plate, number 25, Hunter Carnes. Batting second, the center fielder number 1, Robert Bryson IV. Batting third, tonight's first baseman, number 7, Ezekiel Ansley. In the cleanup hole is the second baseman, number 11, Julian Ortiz. Batting fifth, the DH, number 15, Jason Collins. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 99, Corey Phillips. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 2, Michael Cook. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 3, Kason Shirley. And batting ninth is the shortstop, number 9, Connor Howlett. Pitching for the Buccaneers tonight, number 5, Braden McNamee. Assistant coaches Will Campbell, Vince Lebrandi, and the head coach for the Buccaneers is Stephen Barnes. Now let's meet the non-starters for your Creekside Knights. Number 1, Parker Morton. Number 4, Nick Romeo. Number 9, Drew Williams. Number 10, Matthew Bisham. Number 12, Jackson Kane. Number 13, Gavin Strump. Number 14, Adam Harvey. 16, Quinn Wilfong. Number 18, Hunter Zimmerman. Number 21, Josh Huber. 22, Micah Henson. 23, Gavin Dupre. And number 24, Hudson Hyatt. Let's meet the defensive starters for your Knights. In left field, number 17, Zach Jackson. In center field, number 20, Sean Aschenfelder. In right field, number 6, Michael Bisham. At the hot corner, number 19, Carson McFarland. At shortstop, number 5, Ty Martineau. At second base, number 2, Aiden Benachek. At first base, number 7, Tavern Blanzek. Behind the plate for the Knights this evening, number 3, Connor Belizik. The DH, number 8, Hunter Schlegel. And climbing above for the Creekside Knights, number 15, Roman Baselli. Assistant coaches, Robbie McCluskey, Darren Lester, Chris Angelo, Tony Mazzio, and the head coach for the Creekside Knights, Mr. Chris King. Ladies and gentlemen, we now direct your attention to the American flag flying in center field. Please stand and remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And it is time to play some ball here on Schlick Sports. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creekside High School in Freedom Fields. I'm Noah Schlicksup, bringing you tonight's action live from St. John's, Florida. We got Creekside and First Coast. Time now to take a look at the starting lineups. First up, the fielding alignment for the Creekside Knights. Taking a look at what they got out on the diamond. Zach Jackson in left, Sean Aschenfelder out in center, Michael Bysham in right for Creekside. On the hot corner for the Knights, Carson McFarland, Ty Martineau, man in shortstop, Aiden Benechek in the start at second, and Tavern Blanzit over at first. Behind the plate for the Knights is Connor Belizik, and out on the mound, Roman Baselli. Taking a look now at the senior. This is his third appearance of the season. His first one, the opening day start against Atlantic Coast, in which he went 3 innings, only allowing 1 hit, 2 runs, none of them earned. And then in a relief appearance against Bartram Trail last week, he only went a third of an inning, struck out 1 while walking 2. The key for Baselli, just getting the ball in the strike zone. This season, Baselli has just thrown 48% strikes, 50% first pitch strikes. It is huge for him if he can get into a rhythm, find the strike zone. That's going to be the difference for him out on the bump tonight. If he struggles with control, especially against a lineup like First Coast, that can hit, he'll find himself getting into some trouble out on the field. Leading things off for the First Coast Buccaneers, Hunter Carnes. And if you follow the Jacksonville high school baseball scene, you know about Hunter Carnes. Top hitter in the area. Dangerous threat up at the plate. Fouls one away, and we are underway here at Creekside High School. 0-1 count on Hunter Carnes. Second pitch to him. Up and away. Baselli got a little crossfire delivery.
Get it in there.
Kind of steps towards that first base bag. The lefty creates a really tricky release point, a different point of view for the batter, especially if you're left-handed. Carnes, the righty, takes up and away, 2-1.
Let's go.
Taking a look at Carnes and what he's accomplished so far this season. The Florida State commit hitting .750 through his first 4 games and an OPS over 2,000. He's got 3 home runs in 4 games. This is in 12 at-bats. Takes strike 2 from Baselli.
Get him,
A 2-2 count on Hunter Carnes. Here's the pitch. Fastball away. We've seen 2 good strikes from Baselli and 3 that missed outside. Got to find the zone. Don't want to walk the first man of the inning. Then again, Hunter Carnes is not a guy you want to give something right down the middle. The 3-2 pitch, he walked him, ball 4. Time now for
Next up for the Bucs.
the batting order for First Coast. Hunter Carnes just led things off, followed by Robert Bryson the 4th. Ezekiel Ansley batting 3rd. Julian Ortiz in the cleanup spot. Jason Collins, the DH, batting 5th. Kyrie Phillips batting 6th. 7, 8, 9. Michael Cook, Kason Sherling, and Connor Howlett. Hunter Carnes, the catcher, with a good lead over at first base. Baselli fires strike 1. This is a First Coast lineup that has done a lot of damage through their first 4 games, hitting .322 as a team. 4 home runs, averaging 10 runs per game. Bunt down, charging, trying to barehand it was Carson McFarland. Carnes takes a big turn at second. He's going to be in there standing. Runners on first and second after the bunt single from Robert Bryson. Nice job getting that bunt down the third base line. Perfect bunt, just kind of died on that infield grass. McFarland tried to make a barehanded play. Ezekiel Ansley, the first baseman, next up. This is a challenge for Baselli out on the bump. Roman was fantastic for the Knights last year. So he gets strike one on Ansley. Like to see more consistency from him finding the zone, but when he's on and when he's throwing strikes, he's a really tough guy to hit. Set out of the stretch. Baselli with the leg kick and the pitch. Shot foul down the third base side. We're in an 0-2 spot. 2 on, nobody out. Ezekiel Ansley, the first baseman, up at the plate. He's one of the few that's been struggling so far for First Coast this year. In 083 through the first 4, he's reached on 2 walks and a hit by pitch. The 0-2 gonna have to wait as they had a good throw on Carnes getting back to second. However, I think Martineau was a little late getting over to that second base bag and Baselli a little hesitant to throw. An 0-2 count on Ezekiel Ansley. Ball low and in. Starting lineups here in the first inning, brought to you by Troy Silhan with Bank of England Mortgage. There's a mound visit now from Connor Belizik, the freshman catcher, going out to talk to Baselli. Teams have struggled to hit against Roman so far this year, hitting .091 against them. On balls in play, hitting just .250, a lot of weak contact. 200 with runners in scoring position. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Roman Baselli gets the first out of the inning. And that brings up Julian Ortiz, the second baseman.
Now batting with 1 away, the second baseman, number 11, Julian Ortiz.
In the cleanup role for the Buccaneers. The senior standing at 5'11", 180. He's got 2 RBIs on the season, trying to break open the scoring here in the top of the first. Runners in motion. Pitch a ball, throw to third, not in time. Hunter Carnes to third base. Robert Bryson out to second. So 2 in scoring position and a 1-0 count now on Julian Ortiz. Just want to make contact here. Creekside has scored first in each of their last 4 games. Getting out to an early lead is absolutely something they would have loved to do against First Coast. But looking unlikely here with 1 away and runners on second and third. 1 out, 1-0, inside, ball 2. .20 pitch. There's strike 1. We mentioned the high batting average from this team. The Bucs in their first 4 hitting .322, getting on base at the .538 mark. However, with runners in scoring position, their batting average dips down to .234. Nearly an entire point. This one back up the middle. Diving Martineau makes the stop. Throws it to third. Runner going home. McFarland to the plate. And Bryson is out. The Bucs will score 1. And an interesting base running decision, sending Bryson all the way from second to home. Not sure exactly. Martineau threw to third. Maybe he thought he had a better chance at an out than he did. Ends up being a 6-5-2 fielder's choice. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0 First Coast leading Creekside. And that snaps the previously mentioned streak of Creekside scoring first in their last 4 games. Jason Collins, the DH, up now. The senior, 6'4", 180 pounds. Tough lefty-on-lefty matchup for him as Baselli throws over to first. Back safely is Julian Ortiz. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. 2-0 on Jason Collins. Collins, the only other Buccaneer outside of Hunter Carnes to have a home run this season. If you're used to watching Creekside baseball at Freedom Fields, you know that's, even with Hunter Carnes, not likely, as it's a 3-0 count after that pitch was outside. Two out, runner on second, one in for the Bucs in the top of the first. Baselli gets a strike in there on Collins. The wind tonight blowing in at 9 miles per hour from right field. It's a beautiful night for baseball, 76 degrees. Now fouled away, 3-2. We've had some chilly weather out here lately, and this time the sun's setting, 76. Feels like spring baseball out here. However, that ball still not going to carry too much, most likely. Full count, runner on second, 2 gone in the inning. And he walked him. Second walk of the first inning for Roman Baselli. Runners now on first and second, and that will lead to a mound visit from Chris King. Kyrie Phillips, the left fielder, with an interesting high school baseball number 99, next up to the plate. They got a few high numbers here on First Coast. I can't tell you the last time I saw that. We got number 99, Kyrie Phillips, number 88, Shane Clayton, 55, 44. Chris King heads back to the Knights dugout. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in the top of the first. Phillips out in left field tonight. Takes a slider in the dirt, 1-0. Baselli not going to blow you away with velocity. He's got good movement on his pitches, good arsenal as well. Fastball in the low 80s. The slider changing a splitter. The 1-0 fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips only 1 for 5, but he's come up big with 2 RBIs in his limited chances. Baselli got him at first. The runner, Jason Collins, was breaking towards second. He thought Baselli was going to the plate. Dead to rights. Baselli picks him off at first, but the Buccaneers get 1 in. They lead 1-0. Knights' first chance coming up next. They are back together again and talking sports in Jacksonville. Brent Martineau and former Jags player Austin Lane from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on all the social media platforms, and for the first time ever in Jacksonville, a 24/7 streaming network. It's Action Sports Jax 24/7. Download the Action News Jax Now app and get sports all day, every day. It's on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, and many other platforms. Action Sports Jax 24/7 and the new Brent and Austin Show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Bottom of the first inning, back at Freedom Fields. Time now to take a look at the starting lineup for the Creekside Knights. A little bit of different look out there for Creekside in this one. The top of the order looking pretty similar to the first four guys. Sean Aschenfelder leading things off, followed by Belichick, Martineau, McFarland, Michael Bysham batting fifth, and then Zach Jackson, the left fielder, making his first start. Tavern Blanzit, the first baseman, batting seventh. Aiden Benechek and the DH Hunter Schlegel rounding things out for the Creekside Knights. They got some younger guys in the batting order tonight, as Sean Aschenfelder takes strike one at the plate. And they're facing Braden McNamee. Standing at 6'5", 170. He's made one appearance. It was a start, as Aschenfelder fouls one back to stay alive, 0-2. Full windup in the pitch. Back up the middle and down for a base hit. Sean Aschenfelder standing on first base for Creekside with nobody out in the first inning. And that is more than Mandarin could say in their game against McNamee, as he didn't allow a single hit in 5 innings. Much different greeting to this ball game for him, as they got a runner on, nobody out. Bottom of the first, the Buccaneers able to play to run on the fielder's choice at the top of the first inning. Baselli able to work out of a jam out on the mound for Creekside, only allowing one, is Connor Belichick. 0-1 count on him. McNamee out of the stretch, fires strike two. Belichick, who's spent the past few games at second base for Creekside, into the catcher spot. The 0-2 to Belichick. Looped into right, and that is down for another hit. Aschenfelder going for third. Cut off, he is in. Runners at the corners for Creekside. Nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. Well, I was about to go into how dominant McNamee was in his first start. In that game, no runs, no hits, just one base runner. He struck out 13 in 5 innings while only walking one. Earned the win. A much different start to this ball game as Creekside with the tying run on third base. Ty Martineau, the next up for the Creekside Knights. McNamee, the Daytona State College commit, going to throw a fastball in the low 80s. With a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Gets strike one past Martineau. 2 on, nobody out for Creekside in the bottom of the first. Ty Martineau through the first 5, batting .286, getting on base at the .409 mark. He's in an 0-2 hole. Just looking to put the ball in play and score Aschenfelder to tie this one up. Also want to avoid grounding into 2. Pick-off move to first, back safely, Belichick. After back-to-back singles to lead off the bottom of the first, what does Ty Martineau have in store for the Knights? Ball outside, 1-2. Belichick takes second base on the delayed steal. First Coast just lets him have it. They know Aschenfelder on third base has got some speed, and he's going with a throw down. Infield corners in now. Martineau grounds one past the diving second baseman into right. Belichick puts on the brakes at third. They throw down to second as Martineau took a big turn at first. He's in a pickle. Back to first base. Belichick's courtesy runner, Parker Morton, stays put over at third. Ty Martineau comes through with the third hit of the inning, all singles. That drives in a run. We're back even, 1-1 at Freedom Field.
Now batting for the Creekside Knights, third baseman, number 19, Carson McFarland.
Great show of hitting there on 1-2 against a tough pitcher in McNamee. Able to put that one on the ground through that 3-4 hole. McFarland, the third baseman, takes ball one. 2 on, still nobody out in the bottom of the first. McFarland shows bunt, gets it down, breaking for the plate. Morton the throw high, and out is Parker Morton. A collision at the plate. Runners on first and second, now 1 out for Creekside. That bunt popped up right back to the pitcher. Belizic's courtesy runner Morton out trying for the plate. Runners on first and second for Creekside. 1 away now in the bottom of the first. Michael Bysham now up, hitting .385 early on in this 2024 season. Curveball, strike one. Two strikes, no balls on Michael Bysham. The junior looking to fight out of the 0-2 hole. Takes a fastball. Ball one on him now. Bysham getting on base at the 500 mark. OPS at 962. Doing a nice job of making contact, putting the ball in play. Right here, he chases one low for strike three. 2 outs, 2 on. Zach Jackson looking to give Creekside the lead after they're able to tie. Jackson, 1 for 2, coming off of a game in which he made his first plate appearances of the season against Bartram Trail. Had a single for his first varsity hit. In left field tonight, swings, chops at one above the zone, 0-1. A 1 pitch, up and in, strike 2. 2 on, 2 strikes, 2 out. McNamee trying to get out of the jam. Big lead at second from Martineau. McFarland dancing off first. McNamee going to step off. Set the 0-2. Martineau breaking for third. Pitch high. Ball one. Runners to the corners now. Now McFarland going for second. It's not going to matter. Out looking at strike three, Zach Jackson. But Creekside able to tie us back up in the bottom of the first. On to the second inning we go. Back even at Freedom Fields. Attention sports fans of Southwest Jacksonville. Are you prepared to defend against the greatest opponent of our time? I'm not talking about a rival team. I'm talking about cyber threats. Did you know that in 2023, over 60% of small to mid-sized businesses experienced a cyber attack, and only 14% were considered prepared to handle the attack? Don't let one setback sideline your success. Here to help is CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville, your local IT managed services provider for small to mid-sized businesses in and around Southwest Jacks. Tune in to our free podcast on cybersecurity, where we break down the complex threats in just 15 minutes per episode. Make the most of your drive time and defend your business like a champion. Stay safe, stay secure. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@CMITSWJacks. Take a look there at the Creekside Shining Knights in attendance for tonight's baseball game as we are tied up here at Creekside High School. 1-1 our score after one. Roman Baselli set to face 6-7-8. Kyrie Phillips was in a 1-1 count before Jason Collins got picked off on first base to end the first inning. Swings at strike one, ball and a strike. An eventful first inning for Roman Baselli on the mound. One pitch, chopped to third, off the glove of McFarland. That's going to be an error, allowing Phillips to reach. Mistake on the field leads to a leadoff base runner. Runner on first for Michael Cook.
Next up for First Coast, right fielder number 2, Mike Cook.
That's one that McFarland's got to have out there at third base. He knows it. He's been good in that hot corner for the most part this season. Cook, the right fielder, takes a fastball in, gets to the backstop. Advancing to second is Phillips. I thought that hit Cooked. Instead, it's 1-0. Runner on second now with nobody out. Strike one on Michael Cook. First Coast Buccaneers now in their fourth season under head coach Stephen Barnes. Showing bunt, Cook pulls back, takes a close pitch for ball number 2. Cook so far this year batting .273, 3 RBIs on the ledger for him. Tavern Bland's it way in, expecting bunt. Cook pulls back and takes strike 2. Barnes, hired as head coach in 2021, was drafted twice by the Brewers. Played collegiately at Oral Roberts and is 52-25 during his time as First Coast head coach. The 2-2 pitch. Trying to lay down the bunt. Michael Cook cannot do so successfully. He misses on strike 3. One away. On to the 8-hole hitter, Kason Sherling. Sherling 1 for 2 at the plate with a walk so far this year. He's got a runner on second. Blands it still in on the grass. Not quite as far, though. Swinging away, Sherling with 1 out, 1 on.
Keep it up.
0-1 count. Pitch number 34 from Roman Baselli coming up. Set at the waist. Trying to lay down a bunt. Sherling gets it down. Fielded by Baselli. Going to be a close play at first. He is safe. Runners at the corners now with 1 away. That was a great bunt again. Robert Bryson had a bunt single in the first inning, and Kason Sherling able to lay one down for another in the second. Connor Howlett, the shortstop, batting .250 on the season. Done a nice job getting on base, though. The .571 mark. He's walked 3 times. Patient hitter. Takes strike 1. Tie ball game, but First Coast looking to take their lead back. Go ahead run sitting on third. Strike 2 on Howlett. Baselli searching for a big time out number 2. Howlett looking to put this ball in play. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Roman Baselli with a big time K gets us back to the top of the order, and Hunter Carnes.
This is the catcher, number 25.
And there is no one else First Coast would one up. In this situation, Carnes walked in a 3-2 count in the first inning, and right here, if you're Creekside, you got a base open. You don't have to pitch to him. Carnes swings at strike 1. Hunter Carnes, one of the best hitters in the area. He is the best. 9 for 12 to start the season. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Pops this one up into right field. Bisham in pursuit along with Martineau, or excuse me, that is Aiden Benechek jumping back and making a great catch on the right field line to end the inning. Roman Baselli works out of the jam, heading into the bottom of the second. Still 1-1 at Creekside High School. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today. Bottom of the second inning after a big time goose egg on the board in the top half of the second for First Coast Tavern Blanzip. Lean things off for the Knights. They got 7, 8, 9 due up here to face McNamee. 0-2 count on Tavern Blanzip. Benechek on deck for Creekside. Schlegel in the hole. Blanzip takes ball 1 down low. Knights were able to get back-to-back-to-back singles to lead off the inning. Only able to get 1 run home, though, in the first. Blanzip takes ball 2, back even the count. Blanzip, the junior, limited sample size this year, 1 for 3. 2 walks at the plate. He fights off a pitch, staying alive on 2-2. Full windup from McNamee. Fought off again, 2-2. Coach Chris King showing a lot of trust in some of his younger guys, getting them some starting playing time out on the field. Blanzip being one of them. 2-2 pitch, fought off again. Blanzip battling at the plate. Again the 2-2, again a foul ball. Tavern Blansett starting at first tonight for Creekside. Again, we do the choo-choo. Blansett slaps this one to center. It is down and past Bryson. That's going to roll almost to the wall. Blansett in at second base. It's a stand-up double for Tavern Blansett. Runner into scoring position. And to lead off the bottom of the second, Aiden Benechek, the next up for Creekside.
Second baseman, number 2.
Doubles are brought to you by Triple Crown Fence. Call today at 305-331-9322. Show and bunt, Aiden Benechek pulls back, takes ball 1. Benechek up at the plate this year, 0 for 1 with a walk. Just looking to advance, Blansett on to third. Hunter Schlegel on deck for Creekside. The bunt to the back netting, 1-2. We'll see if they give Benechek the green light to try to bunt again with 2 strikes on him. He's showing bunt. Third time's a charm. Pulls back. Ball 2. The runner on second, Blansett. Tied at 1, Creekside looking to take their first lead of the game as McNamee looks Blansett back to second. Up in the air, the bunt is caught through a collision. Ansley able to make the play. Looks like McNamee and Ansley all right after the play. Benechek popping up the bunt. Blansett being forced to stay put at second. 1 gone now. In the second, Hunter Schlegel next up for Creekside, the DH. Time now to take a look at the fielding alignment for the First Coast Bucs. Kari Phillips out in left. Robert Bryson, the fourth in center. Michael Cook in right. Ezekiel Ansley, the first baseman, just made that catch as Schlegel swings at strike 1. Across from Ansley at third, Kaysen Sherling. Shortstop Connor Howlett. Second baseman Julian Ortiz. Hunter Carnes behind the plate. And, of course, McNamee on the mound. Starting lineups are brought to you by Troy Silhan with Bank of England Mortgage. 0-1 with 1 on, 1 out. Schlegel takes ball 1. 0 for 5 with a walk to start off the season. Be a big moment for his first hit. Takes the curveball low and in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Top of the order up after Schlegel. 1, 2, 3, all singled to lead off the bottom of the first. The 2-1. Spiked it, 3-1. Throw down to second from Carnes. Close, but Blansett back just in time. Carnes with a good arm trying to catch the unsuspecting Blansett off guard out at second. Nearly did the job. 3-1 to Schlegel. Slap foul the opposite way. Count runs full. 3-2. Full count. Again, fouled away. These 7, 8, 9 spot hitters for Creekside, they're making McNamee work in the second inning. Blansett had a great 2-strike battle. Schlegel fouls one away on 3-2. We'll see what pitch number 8 has in store. Another foul ball. Schlegel will see another. this is actually going to be pitch 8 in this at-bat from McNamee. He's set. Again, the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. McNamee finally able to retire Hunter Schlegel. Creekside doesn't want to leave that leadoff double out on second base. A pop out on the bunt, now a strikeout swinging. And it's to the leadoff man, Aschenfelder. Led off the game on an 0-2 single. Aschenfelder awaits the first pitch. He's swinging, fly to center. Bryson makes the catch for out number 3. Blansett leads off the inning with a double for Creekside. The Knights can't do anything with it. Heading into the third, we're deadlocked 1-1 at the Castle. First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their location on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon.
Center fielder number 1, Robert Bryson the 4th.
Third inning of action now on Schlick Sports. 2-3-4 due up to face Roman Baselli in a 1-1 tie. Each of these teams able to strike for one in the first. Each team threatening in the second inning. As Bryson pulls back a bunt called ball 1. Both teams able to get runners into scoring position in the second. Neither of them able to get a run home. Baselli gets Bryson to swing at strike 1. Robert Bryson the 4th reached on a bunt single the first inning of play. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Bryson. These teams have only played each other twice in the history of these schools. Creekside won both of the meetings, including 5-1 in 2021, a year in which First Coast only lost 5 games, going 21-5. Baselli misses on the 2-2 pitch. Count runs full. The 3-2 just misses for ball 4. Leadoff walk. The leadoff man has reached in the first 3 innings of play.
For the Bucs. First baseman, number
Ezekiel
7,
Ansley.
Ezekiel Ansley.
Struck out on a 1-2 count his first time up. Got a runner on first. Nobody out. Throw over. Back safely is Bryson. After that pitch outside, 1-0 at the plate. This is a First Coast team that is not afraid to be aggressive on the base paths. Through their first 4 games, 23 of 24 on stolen bases. 2-0 as the next pitch misses as well. Looks like Creekside sending someone out to the bullpen. Hunter Schlegel going to get warm. 2-0, swung on and missed, strike 1 on Ansley. Bryson has 6 stolen bases in the first 4 games. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets sent here sometime soon. He goes, and they got him in a rundown. Lands it, throws high. Martindale able to keep it on the infield, running him down. Throws to Baselli. Baselli tags him out on the base paths. Knights get out number 1. Baselli with another pickoff move that catches him stranded on the base paths. Out number 1. Now things looking much better for Baselli in this 3rd inning.
Come on, let's go. Down the middle, let's go.
The 2-1. Foul back, strike 2. We just had a race between coaches for the ball. Chris King with a little shove, able to win the race in front of the backstop. The 2-2. Strike 3, got him looking. After the pickoff move for out number 1, Baselli retires Ansley for the 2nd time on strikes. Julian Ortiz with 2 down, nobody on base. Trying to get something started in the 3rd, again for First Coast. Drove in the first run of the ball game on a 6-5-3 fielder's choice. Excuse me, 6-5-2. There's strike 1. Ortiz, the 2nd baseman, hitting 300 heading into the game. Ball and a strike on Ortiz. Top of the 3rd, Baselli looking to get back to the dugout. Misses on his next pitch. 2-1. 53 pitches on the night so far for Roman Baselli. The 2-1. Got him looking. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 gone. Baselli set. Here comes the 2-strike pitch. Got him looking at strike 3. Roman Baselli, the pickoff move, then back-to-back strikeouts, sets down the Bucs in the 3rd. Heading into the bottom half of the inning, it's 1-1 at Creekside High School. They are back together again and talking sports in Jacksonville. Brent Martineau and former Jags player Austin Lane from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on all the social media platforms, and for the first time ever in Jacksonville, a 24/7 streaming network. It's Action Sports Jax 24/7. Download the Action News Jax Now app and get sports all day, every day. It's on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, and many other platforms. Action Sports Jax 24/7 and the new Brent and Austin Show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Knights with some momentum. After that top half of the third inning, they got 2, 3, 4 coming up in the bottom of the third, led off by Connor Belizik. Quickly 0-1 on him. There's strike 2. McNamee seemingly working a little faster out on the mound here to lead off the third. The 0-2. Just misses. Ball and 2 strikes. Much better first inning than the second for Creekside. They led off the second with a double. Foul tip. Belizik throws the bat. It's into the glove of Carnes. Strike 3. 1 out. Ty Martineau, the 3 spot for Creekside next up.
Your shortstop, number 5.
Singled in the Knights' only run of the game in the bottom of the first. You could hear on that crowd/field mic. It's windy out here. Down to 8 mile an hour consistently. Trying to pull up what the gusts are at out here. Up to 18 miles per hour. The weather app. This weather update brought to you by the Apple Weather app. 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and a strike. Fouled away. 2-2. This would be a big inning for McNamee to get out of there quickly. His pitch count currently sits at 51. In the third inning of play, this is a guy they want going pretty far. Pitch inside. Count runs full. Quick inning here would not just be good for momentum, but will dictate how much longer they can keep him in there. Martineau fights another one off. That one was going to be close in the top half of the zone. That was a tough pitch to get a bat on up there, too. Out in front of it, he stays alive. The 3-2. Chop to the first baseman. Ansley flips. McNamee can't get it. Martineau safe at first. That didn't look like a bad toss over to first base. Just looked like McNamee missed it. 1 on, 1 out. Carson McFarland up for Creekside.
Now batting for the Creekside Knights, your third baseman, number 19, Carson McFarland.
McFarland reached on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Scored that one in E3. One 0. Pickoff move to first, and Martineau back in time. Yeah, it was ruled an E3 on Game Changer as well. Up high 2-0 on McFarland. Carson, the Flagler College commit, was searching for his first hit of the season for a long while and takes strike 1, 2-1. Broke out in his last game against Bartram Trail, had an RBI single and singled again in the 6th. He's been getting on base plenty. He's been making contact, hasn't been striking out too much. Takes ball 3 low. Just has struggled to get them down for base hits. Fly ball, left field. Phillips in pursuit, back by the wall. It's off the bottom of the wall. Martineau into third. McFarland is second. It's a double for Carson McFarland. 2 in scoring position with only 1 away in the bottom of the third. Michael Bysham looking to drive him home.
Now batting for the Creekside Knights, right fielder number 6, Michael.
That one just kind of kept going for Carson McFarland. Looked originally like a flyout to me, but the ball just, a towering fly ball to left field, kept going and going. And especially with the way the ball just doesn't carry out here when the sun goes down, which it has now. It's kind of going down behind the trees, behind that first base line. Spisham swings at strike one. Off the bottom of the wall, McFarland just sent one out in batting practice last week. He definitely can. He's homered out here, but wouldn't expect it on a night like tonight. Infield in, the 0-1. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Michael Bisham. Up and in, Bisham takes ball 2. McFarland, a gigantic lead at second. Bisham swings, fouls away, strike 2. Kind of lost his bottom back foot on that swing. And now a visit out on the mound. Not sure what's going on right here. Is that the head coach right there? That is Stephen Barnes out there. It's a little different attire. I thought for a minute he was the athletic trainer because I've never seen him in person. Yeah, no hat. A long talk out at
Hey, be awake, Carson.
the pitcher's mound. It's 2-2. Martineau on third, McFarland on second after the 1-out double. A long talk out on the mound. Zach Jackson on deck for Creekside. Be a big moment for the junior and only his 4th plate appearance. Bisham's got 2 balls, 2 strikes on him. Infield still in for First Coast. Carson McFarland still way off that second base bag. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. McNamee sets down Bisham on strikes for the 2nd time this game. And with 2 on, 2 out, it all falls on Zach Jackson, the left fielder.
Number 17, Zach Jackson.
Jackson, his first plate appearance of the season against Bartram Trail, came through with the leadoff single in the 7th. This time, can he give Creekside the lead in the 3rd? After strike 1, it's 0-1. Tavern Blanson on deck. He doubled to lead off the 2nd. 0-1 pitch. Under it. 0-2. 2 on, 2 outs, 2 strikes on Zach Jackson. McNamee's loved that curveball with 2 strikes. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go there. 0-2. It's a fastball high. 1-2. So he did the opposite of the curveball. We'll see what he dials up. His pitch count getting up there now. This will be pitch number 68. The 1-2 offering. Fought off. Jackson stays alive. Just got to continue to fight up there if you're Jackson. Here comes the 1-2. Put in play to third base, charging in on it, thrown across the diamond. Jackson is out at first. A bang-bang play, but the throw just in time from Kason Sherling. First Coast able to escape the jam, heading into the 4th. Still 1-1.
Attention sports fans of Southwest Jacksonville. Are you prepared to defend against the greatest opponent of our time? I'm not talking about a rival team. I'm talking about cyber threats. Did you know that in 2023, Over 60% of small to mid-sized businesses experienced a cyber attack, and only 14% were considered prepared to handle the attack. Don't let one setback sideline your success. Here to help is CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville, your local IT managed services provider for small to mid-sized businesses in and around Southwest Jacks. Tune in to our free podcast on cybersecurity, where we break down the complex threats in just 15 minutes per episode. Make the most of your drive time and defend your business like a champion. Stay safe, stay secure. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@CMITSWJacks.
Top of the fourth inning now on Schlick Sports. Roman Baselli fires ball one to Jason Collins, 5-6-7. Coming up now for First Coast. The 1-0 pitch, up and away, 2-0. These teams have threatened in almost every half inning except for the top of the third. Last time out, Robert Bryson walked to lead off the inning, got picked off, and then back-to-back Ks retired the side. But in every other half inning for both teams, they've been able to get a runner into scoring position. Strike one on the 3-0.
Do it again.
Hunter Schlegel had started to get warm in that third inning, but quickly came back after the pickoff move and strikeout. Baselli back into the count, 3-2. This would be a big time out number one if he can get it. The leadoff man has reached each of the first 3 innings. They do it again. Runner on first. Kyrie Phillips next up for the Bucs.
Now batting for the Bucs, left fielder number 99, Kyrie Phillips.
Phillips reached on an error as we got a pinch runner.
On the bases, number 44, Zachary Sandell.
Sandell out there to run for the DH Collins. Runner on first, nobody out in the top of the fourth. It's been a much more offensive game than it may seem when you first look at the score.
Get it down. Get it down.
Schlegel back out to the pen for Creekside as Baselli at 62 pitches. After a long look at first, Baselli fires and misses, 2-0. Collins got to be careful over at first bases. We're going to take a pause for a mound visit. Darren Lester going to go out and talk to Roman Baselli. We'd like to thank our sponsors here. Creekside Baseball is brought to you in part by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency, Troy Silhan with Bank of England Mortgage, and doubles are brought to you by Triple Crown Fence. Call today at 305-331-9322. After the mound visit from Darren Lester, Roman Baselli looking to find the strike zone again. That's kind of been the story of the season for him so far. 34 of his 63 pitches so far have been strikes. An improvement upon that 48% mark he had been going into the start. Still not quite where he want to be, though. It's a strike in there on Phillips. 1 on, nobody out, top of the 4th inning. Carson McFarland in on that third baseline, expecting a bunt. Swinging and missing. Strike 2 is Phillips. We'll see how aggressive the Bucs want to be on the base paths. We mentioned they've stolen 23 bases in their first 4 games, but Baselli's been keeping them close. 2 pickoffs at first base so far. Runner goes, pitch, called strike 3, throw to second, got him by a mile. How about that for a double play? Baselli gets the K at the plate. Belichick finishes it off at second. And just like that, 2 gone in the 4th. Mike Cook. 2 away now, quickly in the inning. Baselli gets strike 1 on him. Baselli has risen to the occasion multiple times in big, high-pressure spots. He's been able to get outs on the base paths and at the plate. Now 6 strikeouts on the night. Spikes that one, 1-1. Baselli only allowing 1 hit in this game. One fought off. 2 strikes on Michael Cook. Baselli fires. And he got him looking at strike 3. The strikeout, the caught stealing, and another K ends the inning. Top of the 4th. The Bucs held scoreless again. 1-1. Knights back up to the plate when we return.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today.
Back for the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 0-1 on Tavern Blanchett. Quickly takes 1-1. Ball and a strike on Blanchett. The 1-1 pitch up and away, 2-1. McNamee made a big adjustment after that 2nd inning. He's been working fast, getting into a groove on the mound as Blanchett swings at strike 2. By the point Blanchett gotten into that left-handed batter's box, I was still trying to finish a French fry I got from the concession stand in between innings. And McNamee able to set him down on strikes to lead off the bottom of the 4th.
That'll bring to the plate the second baseman, number 2, Aiden Benechek.
Aiden Benechek popped out his first time up. Looking to get something going for Creekside. Here in the 4th, he takes strike 1. That was pitch 75 from McNamee. He's got to be closing in on that limit sometime soon. Creekside just trying to keep working him hard, keep running that pitch count up. The 1-2 pitch. Got Benechek looking at strike 3. 7-8 greet him in the bottom of the 4th. He sets them both down on strikes. Hunter Schlegel, the DH, next up for Creekside.
Designated hitter number 8, Hunter Schlegel.
Schlegel struck out in a 3-2 count his first time up. The defensive alignment shifts way over back to their regular positions, shaded a little over more towards the left side of the field. The 1-0 on Schlegel is right back to the shortstop, Connor Howlett. Good contact from Schlegel, but in the end, it's a 1-2-3 inning for the First Coast Bucs. Heading into the 5th, still 1-1 at Creekside High School.
First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their location on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon.
Back now for the top of the 5th inning. 8-9-1. Due up to face Roman Baselli. Fought through a lot of adversity in this game, and only 1 run to show for it for First Coast. Oh, 1 on Sherling, who singled back in the 2nd. Second time up for him tonight. Sky now black as the sun disappearing here in St. John's, Florida. A close pitch just misses there. 1-1. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. The leadoff man has reached in each of the first 4 innings. Baselli looking to change that in the 5th. The 1-2. Up high. Count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This is pitch number 75 coming up for Roman Baselli. And it is taken for strike 3. That's 3 straight men retired via the strikeout. 1 away in the 5th. Next up, Howlett.
Connor Howlett.
Roman Baselli with 8 strikeouts now. Mowing them down. Only allowing 1 hit in this game so far. Tough guy to make contact with, that's for sure. Strike 1. Ball and a strike on Connor Howlett. 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike, in a 1-1 game. 2-1. If you've listened to me for a while now, you know I just love those situations where there's all those same numbers. 2-2 count. Baselli looking to set down his 4th in a row.
Get him here.
The 2-2. Grounded to second. Backhanded by Benechek. Throw to first in plenty of time. 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Back to Hunter Carnes in the top of the order. Carnes 0 for 1, popped out and reached on a walk to lead off the game.
Confidence here, let's go. FPS.
Just missing on the first pitch. 1-0. Carnes now 9 for 13 early on this season. Takes ball 2. Two outs. 2-0. Strike 2 on Carnes. Excuse me, strike 1. (3-1) now. We'll see what Baselli wants to go with here. Can either attack Carnes with 3 bases open, 2 out, or give him something like that that's close to the zone but just misses. Carnes reaches for the 2nd time tonight on a walk. Robert Bryson the 4th. 1 for 1. Bunt single back in the 1st inning and a walk for him in the 3rd. Runner on first. 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 ball game. Strike 1 on Bryson. Runner goes. The throw over to first. Baselli was making a pickoff move, and it was just a little below the glove of Blanzett, who kind of cupped it between the glove and the dirt. Couldn't recover in time as Carnes into scoring position. 0-1. Bryson looking to give First Coast the lead as Carnes now digging for 3rd. Throw down is passed into left field. Fielding and throwing home is Jackson. It is not in time. First Coast takes a 2-1 lead. That was going to be a close play at 3rd if Belichick had that throw accurately to McFarland. Instead now, just like that, 2-1. At the plate, also 2-1 after that ball. Baselli now has given up 4 runs on the season. None of them have been earned. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Two out, 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Just missing for ball 3, lone away.
Where did that miss?
Count full. Baselli needs this out. The 3-2 pitch. Just outside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. The other one, Carnes, scoring after stealing second and a throw down to
Now
third
batting
in
for
left
first
field.
coach, the first baseman, number 7, Ezekiel Ansley.
Ansley 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Baselli just got to attack the hitter here. Finish the inning. First pitch to Ansley, down and in. Roman Baselli now at 92 pitches. Runner going, lands it to second, and it is through into left. Lands its throw, took a hop shy of Martineau. He wasn't able to handle it. Runner into scoring position again for First Coast. 1-0, and you got a feeling Bryson's going to be in motion again. Baselli, pick-off move. No throw. Here comes the 1-0. High fly ball. Left center field, backtracking the shortstop. Martineau, it drops between him and Zach Jackson. Scoring is Robert Bryson. Drops between Jackson, Ashenfelder, and Martineau, and it is 3-1 First Coast. You ruling that a single or an error? And that'll do it for Roman Baselli. So big-time mistakes on the field for Creekside. And it's now 3-1 First Coast. This pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Runner on first, 2 in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. It's 3-1 First Coast over Creekside.
They are back together again and talking sports in Jacksonville. Brent Martineau and former Jags player Austin Lane from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on all the social media platforms, and for the first time ever in Jacksonville, a 24/7 streaming network. It's Action Sports Jax 24/7. Download the Action News Jax Now app and get sports all day, every day. It's on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, and many other platforms. Action Sports Jax 24/7 and the new Brent and Austin Show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Back now with 2 away in the top of the 5th inning. Hunter Schlegel making his first appearance on the mound this season. Fires a fastball in for strike 1 on Julian Ortiz as a defensive breakdown for Creekside, allowing 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of the 5th, and now it's a 2-run lead for First Coast. Final line on Roman Baselli, going 4 2/3. Schlegel set. 1-1. Fouled away. 2 strikes now. Baselli allowing just 2 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. He is responsible for the man on first. Walking 6, while striking out 8. Runner goes. Belizik dropped it behind the plate. 2 strikes on Julian Ortiz. Fouls one back, stays alive, 2-2. Runner on second with 2 away. Schlegel set. Fires. Off-speed pitch, got him swinging at strike 3. That had some nasty movement on it, but the damage has been done. It's 3-1, First Coast. Creekside bats. Got to come back to life. Make a comeback starting in the bottom of the 5th.
Attention sports fans of Southwest Jacksonville. Are you prepared to defend against the greatest opponent of our time? I'm not talking about a rival team. I'm talking about cyber threats. Did you know that in 2023, over 60% of small to mid-sized businesses experienced a cyber attack, and only 14% were considered prepared to handle the attack? Don't let one setback sideline your success. Here to help is CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville, your local IT managed services provider for small to mid-sized businesses in and around Southwest Jacks. Tune in to our free podcast on cybersecurity, where we break down the complex threats in just 15 minutes per episode. Make the most of your drive time and defend your business like a champion. Stay safe, stay secure. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@CMITSWJacks.
Top of the order now for Creekside. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Sean Aschenfelder takes ball 1.
Number 20, Sean Aschenfelder.
Creekside now down 3-1 in this game. The big reason for that, 5 errors in 5 innings. Count now 1-1 on Aschenfelder, and that's something that is not the way Creekside likes to play baseball. They're not a team that commits many defensive errors. That's been the big part of the formula to how they've had so much success in the past. Unfortunately, that has not rung true so far this season. Big reason for their 2 losses, and could be handing them a 3rd against First Coast. Still got plenty of time in this ball game, bottom of the 5th. Aschenfelder is 1 for 2 up at the plate, single and a flyout. McNamee coming off the mound visit from Hunter Carnes. Two-one pitch. In on the hands, hard contact but foul. 2-2 on Aschenfelder. The 2-2 pitch, curveball, skied to center. Bryson under it, makes the catch. 1 away. Connor Belizik next up for Creekside.
That brings up the catcher.
Trying to light a little
Number 3,
spark.
Connor Belizik.
6 in a row down for Creekside after the bats were alive and well through the first 3 innings. Belizik awaits the first pitch from McNamee. Behind it, it's 0-1. Belizik, a single and a strikeout on the line for him. Behind again there, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 up, 2 quickly down for Creekside. Ty Martineau the next up. 1 for 2, reaching on a single and an error. Carson McFarland on deck. Martineau shows bunt, pulls back. Strike one. That's through into right. Base hit for Ty Martineau. 2 out knock for the senior. He's now moved to 2 for 3 on the day. That brings up McFarland, representing the tying run at the plate. He put a charge into his last one, sending it to the wall, a double. Bisham on deck. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. McNamee on the mound. 90 pitches. On 91, he gets McFarland to go around on the pitch in the dirt. 0-1. Two-way runner on first for Creekside. There's ball 1 to McFarland. After the ball to McFarland, a mound visit from Coach Barnes out on the mound. Doesn't look like they're taking McNamee out just yet. But in 92 pitches, not too much longer until they'll probably bring in their next option. This game, McNamee not quite as dominant as he was in his first start. So far, allowing 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, and no walks. Ended up pitching well with runners on base, not allowing too much damage to be done with runners on. Allowing 6 hits. He's kept it to just 1 run, 1 earned. It's a 1-1 count on Carson McFarland. Runner on first, Martineau. Ball and a strike. The pitch to McFarland, up and in on the curve. I think First Coast trying to argue that McFarland tried to lean into that one, get hit. Or they wanted it to be a strike that came back into the zone. I don't know. 2-1, high fly ball, left field. Phillips going back to the wall. He makes the catch just in front of the left field wall. McFarland got a hold of that one, but didn't get quite enough of it. Heading into the 6th, 3-1. First Coast leads the Knights.
That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today.
Kalen Daniels.
Top of the 6th inning now. Hunter Schlegel on now for his 2nd inning of work. Still technically his first as he recorded the last out of the 5th inning as we got a pinch hitter up at the plate. In for the DH, Jason Collins. Kalen Daniels. Strike 2 on Daniels. Schlegel struck out Julian Ortiz to end the 5th. 0-2 now. He fires low for ball 1. Some defensive substitutions for Creekside. Gavin Strump in for the catcher Belizic. Adam Harvey on at first for Tavern Blancett. Drop third strike, throw to first in time. One away now in the top of the 6th inning. I'll bring up Kyrie Phillips.
Number 99, Kyrie Phillips.
Phillips entered this game 1 for 5 on the season, 0 for 2 tonight, reaching on an error and striking out in the 4th. Swing and a miss at strike 1. Schlegel, the lefty, spent a little time with the varsity team last year as a sophomore, but was mostly used as hitter. I think occasionally as a pinch runner. It's the first time we've seen him in game on the mound. Off to a nice start so far. Back-to-back Ks. And Phillips in an 0-2 hole looking to avoid becoming another strikeout victim, but he does. 3 up, 3 down against Hunter Schlegel, all via the swinging strikeout. And with 2 away in the 6th, Michael Cook next up for the Bucs. An impressive showing so far for Schlegel. Fastball foul back, 0-1. Strike 2 now on Cook. Hunter Schlegel. 0-2 spot. Looking to end the inning. The 2-strike offering. Outside. Ball 1. That fastball's look good from Schlegel. We'll see if he goes back to it on 1-2. Full windup and the pitch. In the dirt. 2-2 count. Creekside down 3-1 in the top of the 6th inning. 1-2-3 inning would be huge. Michael Cook back into this count after being down 0-2. Count full. The 3-2 pitch. High fly ball left field. Zach Jackson under it and makes the catch for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Hunter Schlegel and the Creekside Knights. 5-6-7 due up for Creekside in the bottom of the 6th.
First Coast Lighting and Fans is a proud sponsor of Schlick Sports and Creekside Baseball. They have the area's largest selection of lights, fans, and home decor. Be sure to stop by and browse their location on Phillips Highway across from the Avenues Mall at 10130 Phillips Highway. They look forward to helping you with your lighting needs soon.
time for another pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance, the Baselli Agency. Into the game on the mound from first base, the sophomore Ezekiel Ansley, standing at 6'1", 195. He's appeared in 2 games, started both of them on the mound. Gone 7 2/3, 2-0 record, 2.73 ERA. He's struck out 12 to just 4 walks in those 7 innings. He'll face 5, 6, 7 due up in the bottom of the 6th inning for Creekside. Michael Bysham the first to greet him. First pitch misses, 1-0. I believe that's Hayden Carnes. Yes, it is, over at first base for Ansley. Count. Ansley set. Full wind up pitch to Bysham. I look like a fastball right down the middle. Bysham fouls it off to the backstop. 1-1. Another full wind up pitch. Bysham shows bunt, pulls back, ball 2. Now bring on a mound visit from Hunter Carnes. Good time now to take a look at the final line for Braden McNamee. 5 innings pitched, allowing 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. Didn't walk a single batter while striking out 8. Did a good job commanding the strike zone, working out of some tough situations. In the end, a good showing for him. Bysham got himself jammed, throw from the third baseman, Sherling, in time at first. 1 up, 1 down for Creekside in the bottom of the 6th.
Entering the game for the Creekside Knights, and now batting.
Pinch hitter for Creekside, Drew Williams. Williams on for Zach Jackson. 0 for 2 so far this season. Williams searching for his first varsity hit, the junior. On in the 6th. With 1 away. Slaps one down the right field line. Is it fair? No, it is not. That was down in play. That's extra bases for Williams, but tailed off. About 5 feet foul. Contact on that one. Opponents hitting 143 against Ansley this year. Creekside needs to string a couple hits together against the guy who most likely the plan for Providence, or excuse me, First Coast, is to take him the rest of the way. About to tell you that Creekside back tomorrow night to face Providence. And tune in right back here on Schlick Sports. Then Friday they travel to Camden County, Kingsland, Georgia. Ball 2 to Williams. Of course, every game live right back here on Schlick Sports if you can't make it out. Tough week for Creekside. Providence, another tough Super 6 test tomorrow. Not focused on that one quite yet as Williams swings at a pitch that hits the knob of his bat. That was going to hit him. He was going to have a free base. Steadies back in, 2-2. Full windup and the pitch. Down the third baseline, fair! Williams rounding first. He's headed to second. A little mishap trying to field the ball in the left field corner. In standing, Drew Williams at second base. A big time first varsity hit. Creekside Doubles brought to you by Triple Crown Fence. Call today at 305 331 9322. Runner in scoring position with one away.
Number 14.
And that brings up Adam Harvey in place of Tavern Blansett. Harvey digs in. Big spot. Creekside down 2. He represents the tying run at the plate. That was a fastball over the middle of the plate. Harvey fouls it back. Numbers on Adams so far this year, hitting .357, 2 extra base hits, 3 RBIs. Swings and loops this one right out to second base. Catch is made by Julian Ortiz. 2 gone. And that's Parker Morton pinch hitting for Aiden Benachet.
Batting for the Creekside Knights with 2 away. Number 1, Parker Morton.
So 3 new hitters on for Creekside in the 6th inning. Can Morton drive Williams home, extend the inning, and get Creekside back in this game at a one-run deficit? Takes ball 1, 1-0. Morton 0 for 3 with a walk at the plate. He's got a big spot open down the left field line. Pitch inside, 2-0. If you take a look at the outfield alignment, Cook over towards that right field line, Bryson in right center, and the left fielder Phillips playing in and almost behind where the shortstop would be. A little to the left of that as Morton takes 3-0. If you look at all that space down the left field line, especially with how far in Phillips is playing, that would easily score a run. 3-0. Morton takes strike 1. Hunter Schlegel on deck for Creekside. 3-1 on Morton. The pitch from Ansley. Miss for ball 4. That puts the tying run on first base for Creekside. Hunter Schlegel, the DH, with 2 on, 2 out.
Now your pitcher, number 8.
Can he come through?
Hunter Schlegel.
Schlegel has struck out and lined out. Made great contact his last time out, just right at Connor Howlett. It's shortstop. Takes a pitch low, ball 1. Mound visit from Carnes, and Schlegel gonna go talk to Chris King down the third base line. Coach King for Creekside in his 7th season as Creekside head coach. Looking for a monumental win. One 0 on Schlegel. Takes strike 1. It's back to the top of the order if Schlegel can extend the inning. The 1-1 slap foul. Count now 1-2. Hitters against Ansley with runners in scoring position this season, hitting .333. Two on, 2 out. Tying run on first for Creekside in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 to Hunter Schlegel. Ansley fires. Swung on and Hop foul. Chop foul to the backstop. Again, we do the 1-2. Low and away, 2-2. Schlegel battling at the plate. Worked the count full, saw 8 pitches back in the second. This will be pitch number 6 here in the 6th. The 2-2 in play, fielded cleanly by Ortiz, throw to first, just beat Schlegel for out number 3. Knights threaten Ezekiel Ansley in the bottom of the 6th, but can't get a run home. We head to the 7th, still with the lead, First Coast, 3-1. You're listening to Creekside Knights Baseball on Schlick Sports.
They are back together again and talking sports in Jacksonville. Brent Martineau and former Jags player Austin Lane from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. on all the social media platforms, and for the first time ever in Jacksonville, a 24/7 streaming network. It's Action Sports Jax 24/7. Download the Action News Jax Now app and get sports all day, every day. It's on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, and many other platforms. Action Sports Jax 24/7 and the new Brent and Austin Show, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Top of the 7th inning, Creekside needs a quick half inning, and then they need 2 to tie it back up against First Coast in the 7th. Hunter Schlegel back out on the mound after a 1-2-3 inning. He's faced 4 batters, struck out 3 of them. He got his last man up, Michael Cook, to fly out to left. Greeting him to lead off the 7th. It's Kaysen Sherling as we got 8-9-1 due up. First pitch, got him. Went a little too far inside. Leadoff runner on. So coming off the hit by pitch, a runner on first. Connor Howlett the next up. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded out second base. Take strike 1. Key, just attack the zone. That's when Creekside's had success on the mound. Not just this game, but this season. Trying to lay down a bunt. It's foul. Down the first base line. 0-2 now. Two strikes on Howlett. Pickoff move and back safely at first base is Sherling. Schlegel set. Lefty deals. Slap foul. Again down the first base side. 0-2 count. The two-strike pitch. To the first baseman, Harvey throws to second for one. Back to first. Martineau airmails it. It's to the Knights dugout. Advancing to second on the play is Howlett. The Knights get one on the fielder's choice. An error from Martineau allows him to advance out to second.
Next up for the Bucs, catcher number 25.
Back to the top of the order.
Hunter Carnes.
Hunter Carnes with one away and a runner in scoring position. Curveball misses. Schlegel has reached twice, both on walks, and popped out in the second inning. Don't want to allow him to drive that run home, but you also don't want to pitch completely around him as pops one high in the air to second base. Parker Morton makes the catch. 2 gone. Big out number 2 against a big threat at the plate. Creekside able to neutralize Hunter Carnes. No hits from him in tonight's game, and that's a rarity right there. Robert Bryson IV has reached all 3 times up to the plate. Single, walk, walk. Runner breaking for third. It's slapped to left field, and the catch is made, diving and making the snag in left field. That's Drew Williams making the play to retire the side. Heading into the bottom of the 7th inning, Creekside needs to get 2 on the board to tie, 3 to win. We'll be back after this. You're watching Creekside Knights Baseball on Schlick Sports.
Attention sports fans of Southwest Jacksonville. Are you prepared to defend against the greatest opponent of our time? I'm not talking about a rival team. I'm talking about cyber threats. Did you know that in 2023, over 60% of small to mid-sized businesses experienced a cyber attack, and only 14% were considered prepared to handle the attack? Don't let one setback sideline your success. Here to help is CMIT Solutions of Southwest Jacksonville, your local IT managed services provider for small to mid-sized businesses in and around Southwest Jacks. Tune in to our free podcast on cybersecurity, where we break down the complex threats in just 15 minutes per episode. Make the most of your drive time and defend your business like a champion. Stay safe, stay secure. Find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@CMITSWJacks. That One Painter First Coast is here for your home service needs. We specialize in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting, whole house pressure washing, cabinet refinishing, stucco repair, and more. Call 904-417-3557 for your free estimate today.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and we've now got a pitching change brought to you by Brightway Insurance. The Baselli Agency into the game is Colin Daniels. This is his 3rd appearance in relief this season. He's pitched 3 1/3, allowed 1 run. It was earned. Allowed 2 hits while striking out 6, walking 3. Coach is meeting over down the third base line. Daniels got the top of the order coming up for Creekside. Aschenfelder, Belozic, Martineau. And Aschenfelder looking to set the table for this inning.
number 20, Sean Ashenfelder.
First pitch to him. Misses, ball one. One-0 on Ashenfelder. And there's strike one. Ashenfelder, 1 for 3, 2 flyouts to center field. Showing bunt, gets it down. Gonna be a close play at first. The throw, not in time. A bunt single for Sean Ashenfelder. Knights got a runner on to lead off the bottom of the 7th. That brings up Gavin Strump for Connor Belazic. He represents the tying run at the plate.
Big hit. Let's go, Connor. Let's go, Gavin.
Now with a runner on. Stepping to the plate for the Knights, number 13, Gavin Strump.
Strump this year batting .308. He's driven in 1 run right here, just looking to get on base. Keep this inning moving. Takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Ty Martineau on deck. There's strike 2 taken. The 0-2. Runner goes. Pitch high and away. Throw down from Carnes. Not in time. Ashenfelder in under the tag. It was high into the right of second base. Runner into scoring position for Creekside. 1-2 count. Two-strike pitch. Misses outside. 2-2. Feel like that frame job right there didn't quite help the call. Carnes kind of moved the glove way in. Might have been close that he kept it there. The 2-2. Outside missing. Count full. Ty Martineau on deck. Full count on Gavin Strump. The 3-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Check throw to second, not in time. Out number 1, and that brings up the shortstop, Martineau. Martineau has reached all 3 times up to the plate. Officially 2 for 3 as he reached on an error in the 3rd. Taking strike 1 is Martineau. One out, one on. 0-1 count. Martineau shows bunt, pulls back, throw into second. Ashenfelder is out. Someone missed a sign. Either it was a squeeze from Martineau or I don't know. They're trying to see if Martineau pulled back on the bunt. He did not go. 1-1. 2 outs in the inning now. And that last play, critical blow to Creekside. The 1-1. Back up the middle and glove for the final out. First Coast takes this one 3-1 on the road over the Creekside Knights. Plating 2 in the top of the 5th. That would prove decisive. The Knights defense lets them down for the 2nd game in a row. And they end up dropping another at home, this time to the First Coast Bucs. The Knights will look to get back on track tomorrow night against Providence. Be sure to tune in right back here on Schlick Sports. But for now, I'm Noah Schlick signing off. Our final score, First Coast 3, Creekside 1. And I'll see you next time right back here on Schlick Sports.